the sight of mountain and the oceans always takes you back to yourself, to your roots. And yoga means going back to your roots. I was told that almost 6% of Americans practice yoga. The physical aspect of yoga, at least. The Bikram yoga and the hot yoga and all kind of yogas. Though those practices need not necessarily take you to the higher aspects of yoga, like mind control, like spiritual realization, and reaching your essential nature, and realizing your happiness within yourself, which is the ultimate purpose of yoga, to realize our happiness within ourselves, as we are, in spite of whatever is happening around us, about us. We still have a calm, cool center within us. And when you realize it, then life takes a radical change. We find answers for our problems within ourselves. That's the purpose of yoga. Yoga gives you the power to organize, manage, and enjoy your life without any external aid, regardless of what is happening outside. Because we know that we don't have that much control over the outer world. But we do have control over our reactions to what happens to the outer world. So how you react, how you respond, how you interpret, how you understand, how you take your take of the world, that's within your control. So yoga gives you that understanding, gives you that power to control your reactions and your responses. The way you harvest your experience and interpret them, yoga gives you that power. Yoga gives you the feeling of centeredness, that I am centered. I don't have to wander like a lost soul in the world. I am centered. It gives you the balance between the head and the heart. It opens up the hara, the center in you, and make you centered. For the last 500 years, we have been pursuing the head and its language, its logic. And it has created enormous prosperity, material prosperity for us. But in spite of the material prosperity, still we are insecure and unhappy. We lost our soul in the process. In the midst of comfort, we are miserable, comfortably miserable, of course. So that is the situation we are going through, and we have been going through for so many years. There is comfort, there is enormous prosperity, affluence that we have created. But the more affluent we are, the more insecure we are, the more uprooted we become. So yoga takes you back into the center. It gives you a centered feeling, something like a tree which is well rooted. Even though the storms come and lash about and around the tree, maybe a few branches may fall off, maybe a few dry leaves may come down, but at the end of the day, when the storm is over, the storm has passed, and then the tree stands erect and solid and well rooted and trim and more beautiful. That is the experience of the tree after all the storm. The yoga help you learn from such better experiences. The calamities and the travels and tragedies of life, at the end of the day, you feel stronger for having gone through all these problems. Every problem, every calamity become an opportunity for a yogi. The yogi learns, every situation a learning opportunity for the yogi. Christ discovered himself when he was put on the cross. When nails were driven through his frail body, and blood oozes from his frail body. And he was hanging between these two criminals. And the soldiers, Roman soldiers, were taunting him. And as he was going through this psychological and physical suffering, ordeal, Christ discovered himself, his purpose, and his soul, his humaneness, his being. If he was not put on the cross, if he was not tortured all the way, if he was not made to carry the cross, his own cross, on which he was going to be hanged, if he had not gone through those suffering, he might not have discovered his purpose. He might not have discovered his center. So when he was suffering on the cross, this beautiful word escaped from him. "Dear God, forgive them." And what were the source of that expression? I would say that those words came from the deepmost center of his being. He was centered there. And he knew he was not suffering. Suffering is only superficial. Suffering is only a learning experience. Because he was centered. So that centeredness helps you to learn from every life situation. You become a lifelong learner as a result of that. So that is what yoga, the miracle of yoga is. It makes you learn from every experience. It makes you use all opportunity, all experiences, all calamities as an opportunity to discover, to unfold your potential.